we were given a topic of wastewater management, more specifically, wastewater and its impact on the natural environment. We divided this topic into five different areas: the history, water contaminants, areas of contamination, effects, and current solutions.
I'm Bryant, and I'm here to present the history of wastewater management in the United States. In 1948, the United States created the Federal Water Pollution and Control Act. This act was the first major law that addressed the water pollution issue. In 1972, amendments were made to this law, allowing the EPA the authority to create programs to control water pollution. It also funded construction of sewer treatment plants, and any person who dumped trash into navigable waters would be arrested. In 1981, revisions were made again to streamline the municipal construction grant process. Over the years, there have been much change to these laws, but people have been willing to change for the betterment of society.
My name is Antonio Applewhite, and I'm here to talk about water contamination. Water contamination is any water that hasn't been treated properly or maintained before being released back to the environment. Water can be contaminated in 1,000 ways that no one would expect, from agricultural runoff to the mishandling of household chemicals. In the early 1900s, 1 out of 50 humans had a risk of receiving cancer through diseases found in contaminated water. Today, 1 out of 3 has a risk of receiving cancer. Over 75,000 chemical compounds in today's society have been found in water that hasn't been properly.
My name is Jared Banks, and I'm here to talk about areas of contamination. There are many countries throughout the world that have contaminants in their water. Most of the polluted places in the world are in Europe and Asia. The most polluted city is Linfen, China, where residents up to 3 million say that they literally choke on coal dust in the evenings. Third world countries have the biggest difficulty with keeping their air and water clean. The reason is because since the country is poor and undeveloped, this means that the pollution is unrestricted. This would force environmental regulations, which would be disasters, which means the people would have to decide if they want to buy food or have a clean, safe environment. The first world countries take advantage of the third world countries by dumping their garbage and hazardous waste on their land.
Hello, my name is Deron Mabry, and I'm here to talk to you about the effects of wastewater contamination. The effects of wastewater can be most commonly seen in third world countries, even though the problem persists in urban communities as well, although it isn't recognized as a major issue. Most third world countries are forced to use contaminated water to water their farms, which harms the local population. One surprise is that according to an article written by James Bynum, the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, are actually promoting this type of contamination. They are allowing a new type of fertilizer to be sold on the market that contains sewage sludge. This supposedly is a policy that disposes of disease-contaminated sewage sludge in a non-impactful way on the environment. How is this keeping the environment safe? Other effects include the spread of parasitic infections, chronic pollution of rivers, and waterborne diseases such as dysentery, cholera, and poliomyelitis.
I'm Kevin Johnson, and I'm here to discuss the current solutions for wastewater management. The current solutions for wastewater management include a three-step process, which involves collection, treatment, and disposal. First, a lift system collects and centralizes water from various sources in a given area. Then the system automatically begins to grind the water into slush. After that, the water is pumped to treatment pods. These pods are specifically engineered with plastics to cure the wastewater. They are then relocated to drip series disposal units. These units use computers to coordinate water relocation to designated areas at specific times. These computers open valves leading to various designated zones as necessary.
The goal was to come up with a solution using the researched information that would be cost-effective so that poor third world countries could purchase this product. Yet it had to be efficient enough to at least clean the water to a modern standard. This was a difficult task, but we came to
Our
this.
proposal to the wastewater management problem is to apply a filter to a house so that it breaks down the waste before it gets to the sewer. For third world countries, we must donate to organizations that will build wastewater treatment plants in those countries.